if you're trying to achieve the next level in your career, the next level in your life, you need to be authentic. A message that all of these guys are a testament to, that it's possible. It's possible to be more successful. It's possible to be healthier. It's possible to make more money. It's possible to develop better relationships. It's possible to live your life. Be the fullest version of yourself. Be the greatest version of yourself, because that is how you're going to live a full life. If God blesses you with opportunity, and God blesses you with the ability to take care of others, it is your duty and your responsibility to do so. The reason I buy all my watches from Neil, for example, is because I understand how he does business, right? So he's a man of integrity, how he operates. He's never cheated me. He has a good reputation that precedes him. And even in your business, you can utilize it as an act of worship. You can use it as an act of reverence and obedience to God. So I agree. Understanding why you do what you do. And I said this to Jordan, I said, what does a man gain if he gains the whole world and loses his own soul in the process? He gains nothing whatsoever. And I think all of our principles tie in together. Steve made hundreds of millions of dollars. And when I sit and talk to him all the time, he's like, bro, but don't forget, it's not all about money. It's not all about money. I'm like, yeah, but it's easy for you to say this now that you have money. But he's like, yeah, but because now that I have the money, I can tell you this out of experience. So don't make the same mistake. Leonardo da Vinci famously said, to develop a complete mind, study the art of science and study the science of art. Learn how to see. Realize that everything connects to everything else. In your life, everything that you do as a young individual, what you do today will have an echo tomorrow. To develop a complete mind, if you want to become a successful entrepreneur, you need to develop multiple skills. You need to develop multiple aspects of life. You can't just be focused on money. You can't be single dimensional. You need to be multidimensional. You need to be able to see things for what they are, not for how you perceive them to be. If you want to be successful, you need to develop a complete mind. How you treat your spouse will translate how you treat your business partners, will translate how you treat your employees. How you think about yourself will reflect itself on how you treat others. So once again, understand Da Vinci, right? At his time, he was misunderstood. He was considered a crazy man. But today we revere him as a genius of many sorts. So when the man says to develop a complete mind, study the art of science and study the science of art, learn how to see, realize that everything connects to everything else, you need to understand that what you do has a ripple effect in every other area of your life. And that allows you to live a life of intentionality, that everything that you do, and this is what all these gentlemen are talking about, they move with intention. So every action that you take, every book that you read, every person that you listen to, it is designed to develop a complete mind. And a complete mind allows you to be well-rounded in a world that is unbalanced, with people that don't know where they're going, they don't know how to see. And your ability to be perspicacious and to see that which most people cannot see is what will give you the advantage in the marketplace, in relationships, in business, and overall life.
So Steve, I want to know how you became Luke's mentor. How did he reach out to you? How did he get a hold of you? How did that end up happening? I'm really curious.
At that time, I was very focused on Facebook ads. Facebook group, like kind of like pretty much all my following was there, and I was trying to pivot out of Facebook that time. So I started with Instagram, but I sort of like personal branding wasn't really something that I focused a lot on. For a Facebook group, it's very different, just giving value posts, right? But when I was trying to build my personal brand on Instagram, I was kind of like, just probably not doing it the right way. And Luke came like, hey, gave me a lot of insights because I get all these messages all the time, like what Zane mentioned, and it's kind of a big turn off, right? People just come to you expecting you to give them answers. They don't even address you like, hey, Steve, like they were just like, can I run Facebook ads right now? Question mark. And if you don't reply, they'll keep sending you question marks all day long. Oh my God, those guys are so annoying. Anyway,
Annoying, yes.
so yeah, but when Luke came, he knows what I'm missing. He knows like I exactly needed help with like, Instagram specifically, right? So he positioned himself in a way like, hey, I can help you out with this. And I was thinking, oh, this guy has a lot of resilience because he was messaging me all the time at that time. And I saw a thing in Luke that so much resilience, and I really wanted to be able to see how can I work with this guy. So when we started talking about like, hey, you help me with my social media, I'll share with you how to crush drop shipping at the point of time. So that kind of like worked out pretty well. And as we started talking, I realized Luke is pretty young compared to me, right? So I kind of say, oh, this kid is like super hustling, and I have a lot of respect for kids or young people who started being able to wake up in such a young age, because it took me a while to kind of get off the metrics. So I really appreciate seeing a lot of young individuals like, you guys are here all super young and really crushing in life. And I wanted to see how can I add value to him at the same time and make him super successful, right? So I invited him over to my mastermind, and he came over to my house in Singapore. He stayed at my place. We hanged out, and yeah, I realized he's someone that's really focused, and he knows it very clearly where he want to go in life. And I was like, okay, wow. What if he has the knowledge for e-commerce and he can supercharge everything? And it turned out well. It turned out super well. So I'm glad we connected, and I'm glad all this online reaching out, it works, right? If you really are able to put in effort intentionally on who you want to connect with in a good way, I think there's a lot of people out there. There's like super kind people, super nice people who believes as much as wanting to have a bigger impact in the world. So yeah, I think it's super amazing to be able to see a lot of people that I've touched across the years, right? So one of our guests today on our podcast was a student of mine that came probably in 2018, and he left my mastermind asking like, Steve, so should I quit my university? I said, hell yeah, you have to quit immediately after the mastermind. And long story short, he went on to do 50 million right now from nothing. So I'm super happy when I see people crushing and being able to play any part, right? A small part, or being a catalyst for all these people just inspires me to keep spreading truth, keep pushing people, and just being a force for good.
Jordan, you want me to give you the flip side of the story, just so people that are in the come up side, they understand how to approach higher level individuals? So, a lot of us, Zane mentioned it, a lot of us get the end like, yo, what can I do for you? Yo, hey, come, let me come work for you for free. What you need to understand is people that are already successful, they don't need people to come work for you for free. They're willing to pay people for the best talent. They're willing to pay in order to get the best caliber individuals. You need to be able, just like Umar studies the market, you need to be able to study the people that you want to be mentored by so that you can attract them into your network, right? It's this famous Chinese proverb, I believe, that says, when the student is ready, the master will appear, right? And many times, and we want to approach somebody that's of high caliber, but we don't position ourselves to offer any sort of value. It's all about what can I get. It's never what can I give? How can I pour myself out in a way that is valuable? So, if you're reaching out to individuals, study them, right? If you want to reach out to Jordan, figure out what is his pain point. Every person in the world, no matter how successful, wealthy you are, has a pain point. It may not be business, it may not be money, but what is their pain point? You go to a billionaire who's 75 years old, maybe his pain point is he wants to figure out how he can live longer and how to increase his lifespan longevity. So maybe your approach needs to be completely different. So you need to be able to tailor your approach, understanding what a person may need. So when I reached out to Steve like 6 years ago, I was like, okay, this guy understands things that I need. I want to develop a long-term relationship with him. I identified a pain point, and I was persistent and for free, right? I spent tens of thousands of dollars over the course of like 2 to 3 years building my relationship with Steve, providing value to the point where we ended up building a company together, and now he is the CEO of Capital Club, so I can focus on the vision, the big picture stuff of Capital Club. But it didn't start that way. I could have easily gone to Steve and been like, oh, here, you want me to help you develop your profile and your social, here charge you $4,000 a month. What type of relationship would I have built that way? So if you want to develop long-term relationships, you need to be able to empty yourself and to serve people. Serving people from a place where you expect nothing in return. And sometimes you may get screwed over, but it is undeniably the best way to access people that are high caliber, because every person in this room and every successful person in their network, they want one thing: loyalty. Loyalty. If they can identify people that are loyal to them, loyal to their cause, they are willing to pour themselves into those individuals, because people are not looking for mercenaries. They're looking for missionaries, people that are willing to support them long term. So when I identified Steve's pain points and I was able to build myself up to a position where I could provide value to him, I approached him not as a noob, but as an expert, humble enough to recognize his position. And I didn't come asking the questions, what can I do for you? But I said, here's the plan, here's the execution, let me handle it. And over the years, we built a brotherhood and we built a relationship. So if you're approaching individuals, you want a mentor, and every person needs a mentor. Every person needs a mentor. Look at all the experts in the world. They all have mentors. Every single one of them. You have to become a student of life. You need to become humble because you don't know shit. And there's people that are farther along than you, that know better than you. And they're looking for loyalty. They're looking for allegiance. They're looking for alliances. They're not looking for more money. They're not looking for more business deals. They're looking for people that they can trust and that they can entrust things to. So if you become that person, you're one step closer to developing a superstar network.
I like Luke because he's like the mic drop guy. He gonna give you some game and then the mic gonna drop and the whole stream gonna explode. So Luke, take us home, man. Let's hear what you got to say and we'll wrap it up there.
I do want to let people know a few things. First one is, you need to live a life of authenticity. You cannot compare yourself to other people. You cannot play the facade. You cannot have a mask on. If you're trying to achieve the next level in your career, the next level in your life, you need to be authentic. Authenticity. You need to be real. And in a world of fake, in a world of facades, the ones that stand true are the ones that are authentic. The ones that stand long are the ones that stand authentic. So my encouragement to you guys is, as you develop your entrepreneurial career, realize there's a verse in the Bible that says, it's very interesting. It says, do not let any falsehood be in you. So this idea of, playing the fake card, and I said it to Jordan when we were in Switzerland. Drake has a bar. He says, everybody's fake. You can crack the code. What's the code? To be fucking legit. Be the real deal. And the real deal requires hours, requires sacrifice, requires commitment, requires tears, requires sacrifice, and it requires time. If you want to be an authentic individual, you want to be the fullest version of yourself, it's going to require time, dedication, input, but it's possible. And that's a message that all of these guys are a testament to, that it's possible. It's possible to be more successful. It's possible to be healthier. It's possible to make more money. It's possible to develop better relationships. It's possible to live your life, but do it in an authentic way. Be the fullest version of yourself. Be the greatest version of yourself, because that is how you're going to live a full life. That's my message to you, boys and girls. I appreciate you guys.
I think overcome and conquer loneliness. I think it's something that's very important in terms of like entrepreneurship, right? Entrepreneurship is a lonely journey, and if anyone could conquer loneliness and own it, they can do anything.